Welcome to my house. This is where I grew up. I'm gonna see if I can do this without crying. Mom and Dad bought this house in 1953, shortly before baby Dottie was born. Many times we sat on this porch with Mom and Dad, or they sat out here on their own, visiting with the neighbors. Dad used to have a trellis right there that roses grew on. I think there was one on this side too. And of course the shrubs. The window, the big window, used to be divided into 9 sections, and Mom would put little knickknacks on the cross parts. This is the mailbox that Dad built. And right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, my brother wrote in pencil, Steve the Pro. It's been here all these years. It could probably be cleaned off, but it hasn't. Over here, the latest residents left their mark too, the little children who lived here. Nana Doughton's mirror used to be on this wall. This is the living room. Where we had many birthdays and Christmases. The Christmas tree would be in that corner. And Mom had little things she would put on the windows, and she would make a frosty scene with glass wax, which probably no one's heard of today. The sofa was usually there. No.
Piano.
Well, the sofa was there at one point, so the piano must have been over here. Or over there. But a lot of my pictures, the sofa's here. We had birthday parties, and the little window, Dad built this when they took the air conditioner out.
It's actually glass bricks.
Yeah, glass bricks. And here's the dining room that we only used on Sundays and holidays and birthdays, with the blonde table and chairs. Dad built cornices went over the top of that window, and another cornice at the other end of the living room, where he put a mural. There were several different murals. I think the first one was of the Rocky Mountains. Okay.
Grand Tetons.
Yeah, the Grand Tetons, you're right. The buffet was here, and Nana's china cabinet was over there. I loved having those big windows and the window seat where we could sit, of course, when it wasn't covered with plants. Mom would buy me streamers, of course, for our birthday parties, and she always made a homemade cake, decorated with her little metal icing kit. Kitchen. The stove is where it's always been. Turn the lights. The refrigerator was here, and Dad built a little cabinet to go in between them. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, there's our stool. We need to take that. And the new people put in a refrigerator over here. It wouldn't fit under the cabinets, but this is where all 7 of us ate.
That refrigerator was also turned
Well, it doesn't matter. This is for my grandchildren.
90 degrees.
My dad built 2 benches, one there and one on each wall, so it would hold a lot of kids. And the table that I have in my family room was the table we ate at. Even when there were 7 people, we didn't eat in the dining room. That was for special occasions. There was usually a high chair at this end where the latest baby would be. Let's see. Donnie was the first one born in this house, but John and Steve were also born here. Mom always had her calendar here. Let's see what else. Oh, and the sink. This was the baby bathtub. All the babies got their baths here until they got too big. What else can I remember? Let's go down the bedrooms. Dad put in this pull-down stairway to gain access to the attic. As in all families, the bedrooms changed from year to year. When Dottie was little, this was my bedroom. And Grandma Gardner, who raised my dad, she was his grandmother. She would come to stay with us. She would take turns staying with us or Aunt Ruth. And when she was with us, she would sleep in my bed, which was there, and then I would lay in a sleeping bag on the floor. Before the house was finished, my dad brought me and Gary over, and underneath that board, if we took it down, you would find our names that we wrote before the house was finished. And it's interesting that inside each bedroom, the closet is the same as the original color of the bedroom. So I remember this mostly being Gary's bedroom. Although at the end, it was Mom and Dad's bedroom. Did you get
Electrical outlet in the closet. Happy thought indeed.
Now this was really cool. We had a clothes chute. We just put our dirty clothes down there and it went right down onto the laundry table in the basement. This is the room that I remember mostly being mine and Dottie's. We had bunk beds along the end there. And I never had a room to myself after she was born, but that's okay. She was a good little sister. And as you can see from the closet, the original color of this room was light green.
And this room is where your mother or Nana and I spent the 6th night of our honeymoon.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We came back
from
our honeymoon and we
Were we in the
slept
bunk
right
beds?
about where the bed was right about where that owl tree is. And Steve, I think, ran in early in the morning
Yeah, without
to wake us up, didn't knock. It was safe. It was safe.
And then this bedroom over here. What? I'll do the bathroom last. This was Mom and Dad's room. This is the master bedroom. It has 2 closets and a door to the outdoors. The bed was usually here below the window, and over here was always a crib. Each child stayed in it until the next one was born. So Dottie didn't move in with me until 1957 when John was born. It has 2 closets. One of them is different because this is where the stairs go down. So to the basement. This is where we stored things that were more seasonal.
That's not where the stairs go down. The stairs go down in a different place, but that's the ceiling
It's
over
the ceiling
the stairs.
over the stairs, yes. So there's also access to the attic here, but we never used it. So the original color of this room was pink. And I don't even think Mom knew she was having a little girl. Dottie was born a month after we moved in, or less. This is the bathroom. It looks much the same as it did when I was growing up, except for this vanity.
And that commode.
Unfortunately, we didn't get to paint this room, but we did take down the wallpaper that had been there forever.
We didn't get to do a lot of things.
True.
And interestingly, if this towel bar breaks, there's no way to repair it because these are fastened into the tile.
Fortunately, all the tile in this room has been here for
But you can see that this
over
is shrinking.
60 years.
This plastic covering on the wood bar is shrinking. Okay.
They built things to last in those days.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, the floor
Even the
actually
doors have
doesn't look
lasted.
too bad in this sunlight.
Even the doors have lasted until the last rental. 2 of them are damaged now, but we hope to replace them. Let's go downstairs. Broom closet. Now, that is a milk chute. Most of you kids don't know what that was, but there was a door on the outside of the brick, and the milkman would put
Is
the
it still
milk in
there?
there.
Is it still there?
No, Dad took the door out when they stopped delivering milk. That's how we would get our milk, and we would put the empty bottles back in there, and the milkman would take them.
Now her head is right in the below the closet.
Yeah, this is what you saw in the closet. My dad built this whole unit. These were extra storage. I remember we used to keep our ice skates in there. And when it was cold enough, Dad would flood the backyard and we would have a little ice rink. A couple years, they had an ice rink over in the park. Right here was the ping pong table, or banquet table if we had a lot of guests. But usually we had our celebrations upstairs. Big shelf full of games here. Always stuff stored under the stairs. Over here is something special. The piano is my Nana's player piano that my grandpa bought for her so that she would move to Michigan from New Hampshire and marry him. The desk is my dad's desk where he spent a lot of his evenings
Studying.
studying his Sunday school lessons. He taught Sunday school for a long time. He used to say, I wish I had a couple hours every night to watch TV. If I did, I would be down here. This is the fruit cellar. Oh look, the
Pencil
sharpener
sharpener.
is still there. This was a cool hideout for us kids.
Plus, you see those doors? They go out into the other part of the basement.
Come in here, there's something that on the walls I want to show you. This is John Gardner, 75. This says Mike Ryan. And Brian added a B, so it would be Brian, 72, 76. He was our next door neighbor. Brenda, 78, wrote that. B and T and G place. I don't know who B and T and G are.
Lice is nice.
Lice is nice. I don't know what that is either. Stephen Gardner up here, 75. Dad built this block wall to partition off the basement also. Now, this is where the clothes come down from the clothes chute. Dad built all of this. We used to store camping stuff in here. And Mom's ironing board was always right here. More storage down there. He built these cupboards. He built these cupboards. Of course, this is the one going into the fruit cellar. And I don't know where this stove came from, but it's been here a long time. Later, after I left home, Dad built this half bath so that he could use it when he was down here working and didn't have to go upstairs. It even has its own medicine chest.
Need some mouthwash?
Oh,
There's nothing
we
in the
didn't
box.
open that.
I did.
Over here was mostly paint and things that Dad used in his shop.
And still some of his tools there too.
Yep. Oh look, there's some springs up here.
As well as
Could
in
use
here.
this, honey, for the door of the.
Not heavy enough.
This is all his stuff that's left. His workbench. When we moved in, he was so proud of his wall there that he traced all of his tools and the outlines of where they should go. And right here was his shopsmith that he was so proud of, and he made so many of these things with his shopsmith. And then later he had a, was it a bandsaw?
Bandsaw.
That sat here.
Actually, it sat more over there, but that's okay.
There was always extra wood over here for his projects. And there was a tall bar stool here where we would sit to get our hair cut. Mom cut everybody's hair with the clippers. Her dad taught her how to do that.
This is not the original furnace.
Not the new furnace.
Or
Oh,
water
we
heater.
also had some little kitty skis that were stored probably up here. There was wood skis that were Mom's and Dad's, and then some small ones. And I think they were stored right there. That's why those cross pieces are up there.
Screen.
Not sure where he stored
Ooh,
this.
don't walk in that dirt.
Ooh, where were those?
Screening on top of the
The beam.
ductwork.
Here's some mouse traps and his spotlights he used to use for taking portraits. He took portraits of all of us, and one of the ones that he took of Dottie won an award. Here's the refrigerator from upstairs. Oh yeah, that doesn't turn off with the switch, does it? Dad also put in this wood stove in later years and collected wood behind the house, and he saved a lot of money burning wood for heat in the winter.
In the basement.
There's also a porch in the back that my dad built. And we used that for a lot of, it's not a wooden porch, it's made of brick and concrete. Of course, he did these railings and everything. A lot of memories.
Memories.
Dottie and I put up this wallpaper about 20 years ago.
And they even have a recessed outlet for a clock.
That's where a clock that you plug in used to be. Well, I guess that's about it. There's a garage out back that Dad built with his half of the proceeds of selling his parents' farm up north. Later on, he bought back part of it, and it's still in the family to this day. Oh, he built this, all the stuff like this. He built a knife rack that used to be over there.
You even put a magnet on the wall right here. Why? Because this cabinet needs to open.
To hold the door open.
To hold the door open.
Wait a minute. Here. Across the top of that cabinet were all Mom's wedding glassware. Special glasses that she got for her wedding. They were very seldom used.
Not the stuff that's up there.
No. I have the glassware, what's left of it. And she would use it when she had her club here. It was called a sewing club, but it was her girlfriends that she grew up with at Radio Temple Church. And they would, once a month, or sometimes less often, they would take turns going to each other's houses and have refreshments and work on whatever sewing or knitting or crocheting projects that they were going to work on. Well, there's a lot of memories left in this house. I don't know if I'll ever be back, but if I'm not, you have this video to share a little bit of my memories. So, goodbye for now.